ladies and gentlemen. Looks like day 682 of the Sherwin alumina lockout. I made a phone call to a buddy, got back on track on what day we're at. Well, pretty peaceful out here these days. They got Barney, they got the security guard gone, and the sheriff department's not coming anymore. Remember we used to have Barney Fifes out here? Yeah, we used to have them security guards out here. I think they gave them one bullet, kept it in their shirt pocket. They were allowed to have one bullet. Anyways, yeah, they had the security guards out here, and they had the sheriff. I guess they thought we were going to be some kind of crazy guys and storm the gates, and we didn't want that plant that bad. Anyways, not much traffic coming in and out anymore. It's pretty quiet out here. We're getting down to the wind down the last few days. Looks like we might have another month in there. They're talking about the 30th. Everybody says that's the date, and officially be done on October 1st. Well, you know, when we had our lawsuits going and we kept losing them lawsuits, we kind of figured the tables were stacked against us a little bit. We had pretty good shit to win that unfair labor practice lawsuit, but courts ruled against us. And we did win one. We got Joe to be able to go in there as our miner with MSHA. But we knew we were fucked. Yes, I said the word. We knew we were fucked when that Glencore Estrada somehow stopped the federal investigation in its tracks. When that boy in there got blinded, and then MSHA inspectors got a phone call when they were in the plant and were told to leave the plant immediately, get out of the plant. I don't know how many of my union brothers and sisters knew, but I'm pretty sure most of them did. I knew it, that we were fucked, because somebody had to go up really high. I'm talking like a senator or congressman. I'm talking somebody way, way up there to make a phone call to MSHA, to tell somebody at MSHA's headquarters to call down to this plant and tell that man to leave the plant. That's some serious shit. That's some serious shit. So that was pretty much the writing on the wall for me. When I seen they were that powerful, then I knew they don't even really need this plant. They don't give a shit if this plant makes it or not. There was a point early in the lockout, way early in the lockout, when they could have gave us the peanuts we were asking for and brought us back in there, and that plant was still salvageable. But as time went on, and they wouldn't budge no matter what, they were not budging. And then the economy tanked, and the price of alumina went down. Well, then it became the point of no return. They didn't even need this plant anymore. But they drove it right into the ground. When they had the opportunity to offer us some little peanuts to come back in there, just meet us halfway with what we were asking for, they wouldn't even do that. We could have had that plant running and functioning, and when the alumina tanked, we could have brought it down to an idle and waited for the market to come back like Alcoa's going to do. But no, you got a knucklehead like Tommy Boy with the IQ of the Tommy Boy from the movie, who keeps on convincing these guys at Glencore that he can do it. We can pull this off. Or he didn't have the balls to tell them we couldn't pull it off, so he just kept on pretending like he could do it, and went for it. Wouldn't listen to his foremans in there. I personally know plenty of foremans that were in that plant that said, we ain't ready, we shouldn't do this, we ain't gonna be able to pull it off. But no, our rocket scientist Tommy Boy thought that if he told them, yes, you can do it and you will do it, and that's the end of that conversation, that somehow it was going to happen. Phenomenal stupidity. Phenomenal stupidity. Anyways, this is what we got. It's the end of an era. I'm going to be fine. There's a lot of young guys that aren't. I mean, they're going to find jobs. Life goes on. Life doesn't quit because you get an idiot like Tommy Boy to come in here and destroy your plant. That doesn't end life. But There's a lot of younger men that would have liked to have got their 20, 30 years in this plant too, like a lot of other people did. But it's not going to happen now. We've reached the end of an era. And you know I got to go on my political ranting and raving nowadays. Because if you continue to vote Republican, you're going to continue to see this happen in America more and more and more. It's not going to stop. I don't know where it's going to end, because pretty soon you can't beat the working down. You can't keep beating the working man down all the time. Sooner or later, all you got left is very rich and the very poor. We're like a third world country. So, guys, it's got to stop. I've said it 1,000 times. I know the Democrats ain't the best in the whole freaking world, but they're better for the working man than the Republicans. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. They're better for the working man than the Republicans. And if we don't start turning the tables, it's going to be bad. I mean, why do you think they turned around and tried to make all this voter fraud bullshit up? Because the rich boys got scared, man. They really started getting nervous. The rich boys and the corporations started getting scared when they saw how many people Obama got to get out and vote. And they knew if they don't do something, the tables might turn on them. So they came up with this voter fraud bullshit, and they started making laws where they started closing voting polls, literally making less voting polls in states, closing voting, early voting on Sundays in all the counties and the areas where they bus people to the polls on Sunday for early voting. It's just so blatantly obvious they're trying to suppress the vote. It just blows me away. I don't know where it's going to end. Like I said, I'm going to retire. I'm done. I don't need to work anymore. I'm going to retire, end this thing early. But we got our kids and our grandkids. They need jobs. They need places to work. They need a fair country that treats everybody equally. We're not talking about taking from the rich and giving to the poor. You stupid bastards that talk about that shit, I just want to slap you. I literally want to slap you when I hear that shit. We're talking about having the corporations pay a decent day's wages and decent benefits for a decent day's work. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about take from the rich and give to the poor. You guys are so full of shit, it just drives me crazy when I hear that kind of dumb shit. We're talking about not letting the corporations walk on the working man and stomp him down like the old days. When the man died on the job, they literally dragged him off and went out to the line and said, hey, they're hiring, man. You two guys, come on in here. That's how it was back in the day. When somebody died, somebody got hired. There wasn't nobody suing nobody because nobody got died. Because somebody died. It was just get him out of the way, drag him over to the side, call his wife, tell him to come get that dead body, and bring another man in here to go to work. We need labor laws. And we need strong labor laws. And if you think you're going to get that from Republicans, you're crazy. Look at all the Republican states. Most of them have turned to right to work states. Look at the wages in those states. Lower than the wages in the other states. It's just so freaking simple, common sense. A freaking 2-year-old could understand it. You can't. I mean, even if you look at the right to work states, the on-the-job deaths are higher. The on-the-job accidents are higher. The wages are lower. The list goes on and on and on. That's not coincidental. That's Republican bullshit. That's what it is. That's Republican bullshit. I don't know how I can get it through you guys' heads. I don't know how to do it. Anyways, I guess until my next post, we'll let it go. I don't know how many more there's going to be. Apparently, we're going to be on this line for a couple more weeks. And I'm going to ride it out till the end. It's just the principle of the matter now. So, till my next post, think about what I said. And remember, the Glencore Strata boys, they are some serious hitters. Stop a federal investigation in its tracks. They're connected all the way to the top, gentlemen. So, we'll hope for the best. see what we get out of them. The next couple of weeks, we're going to find out what we will or won't get for our retention plan and retirees benefits. Anyways, y'all take care.